3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up, this one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. On 1st and 10, Watson. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Off of play action, it's Watson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Flushed out right. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. And out now come the Cowboys. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 18. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And Beasley with it over the middle. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
47.
Prescott from the gun. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Kill.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards on the pickup there, as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 50, it's Watson. Rolling to his right. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Here's a give to Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4.
Here go 46.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. 20. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is down deep into Giant territory. A gain of 32 that time. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that 1st touchdown, but the defense gave one up. And that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Third and long. It's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Pushing his way through. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down?
Tiger. Come back. Richmond.
They're going for it. It's Watson. Looking for his receiver. Sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Then we're going to 53. Here you go. Here we go, 47. Switch, and 8.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
41's the will. 26.
Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Prescott. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Damon Harrison coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Here we go, 46. Switch, and 8. Here we go, 46. 26.
To throw is Prescott. Flushed out right. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Swing to the 26.
He'll get it up the middle. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. They'll run for it. This is Murray. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
Hey, 47. 26.
They'll run it with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And now out come the Giants. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Again, it's Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Watson off play action. Throwing left side, it's complete. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. It's a big play for the Giants on third down. 54 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The Giants on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I've played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Here's Watson. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Watson now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Deshaun Watson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that will get him one closer. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Well, Prescott here to throw, eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here's Prescott, flush to his right. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first down throw for Prescott. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll set them back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Throwing here, Prescott. Stepping up, he'll try and run. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Flushed out right. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Here we go. 47.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And fights through one man. That is caught at the 7. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. New York set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Dallas, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles.